Thank you for follow Racing Pro 94. We are live at Homestead-Miami Speedway for the Crown Royal 200 here in the Gears Cup Series, only on Casa de la Horseboat. I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat, ready to bring you all the action here tonight. Glad to have you along with us as we had the ever so wonderful Fox Sports theme. Had to do it tonight for people. It was by request. More than happy to do it for you. Again, the Crown Royal 200 at Homestead-Miami Speedway for the Gears Cup Series Chase Race 8 of 10. Again, if you missed it, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat, the voice of the Gears Cup Series, ready to bring you the action. Let's just get right down and dirty into it. 3 races to crown the champion for the chase schedule for the rest of the way here tonight. You have the Crown Royal 200 that is tonight, Richmond Raceway next week at September 29th for the Earnhardt Tribute 200, and then Las Vegas Motor Speedway on October 6th for Gears Presents the finale. Again, 3 races on the board. Have just a little bit over 30 drivers, I do believe, tonight in this field. Couple of new faces, newly signed deals for the 2023 rest of the way, and then into 2024. Again, looking for a couple of more drivers for next season. Again, feel free to inquire. I'm more than happy to get you involved. For the points, let's go to the points. That's what everybody's looking at. A tie at the top, you say, between Mike DeWalt and Cody Johnson, both with 4,464 points. Perrin Huggins knocking on the old back door there. 25 points back with 4,439. Sean Anderson having a legitimate shot left. Going to have a lot of ground to make up. Needs a good finish tonight to get anywhere close to sniff a podium spot to finish out the rest of the way. Matt Albert and Nathan Fuller, I think, are along for the ride. Theoretically, I don't think they can make up the points difference to win the championship. But hey, I can't do math, so what the hell do I know? Again, practice is just about ready to wrap up. Qualifying will take place shortly. But again, we are excited for Chase Race 8 of 10 for the Crown Royal 200. Music tonight by the Red Clay Strays. Very good music. Just got turned on to them not too long ago. Again, if this is your first time being here, hello. Happy to have you. Been doing this all season long. From February to the beginning of October. And then we are going to do a holiday series. I do believe 10 races. That'll be over the winter season. Gearing up for 2024. A lot of breaking news here in the next couple of weeks with the Gears Cup Series, with the Gears Racing League in general, with expansion options here, or not expansion, I should say, but the holiday series. And then what is to come in 2024? Again, we're going to give the drivers a chance to speak out, to voice their opinion on what their preferences may be going into the future. Again, a live look here up above beautiful Homestead. And as we look on, let's get a breakdown of what you're going to be experiencing here tonight. 134 laps of sweet, sweet hot action with a stage break and a completion of lap 30. And then stage 2 is a completion of lap 50. Each team's going to get 1 fast repair, 5 tire sets, max fuel capacity of 50%. And cautions, as always, are manual cautions called by race control. Weather is auto-generated with the race time late afternoon into the evening. Fixed setup, as always, here at Homestead-Miami. The restart is going to be that wonderful blue Geico restart zone. Again, 134 laps. This is going to be a banger as we get set for qualifying. Again, sights and sounds of the track here. Let's see who we can get. See who we can get. Let's look on to Matt Albert. in the 61 Tide Machine. Oh, looks like he's going to spin out for the camera. And a newcomer to our league, number 21, Zach Duche. Looks like right now he's going to be qualifying 5th. Let's see if we can get somebody actually running a lap. Here is John Howard in the 78 Hooters Chevrolet Camaro. Keeping it real indeed. Looks like currently in 14th with the 33-73 at 15th. Let's see if he can do any better. Puts him up to 10th. Nicely done. Mike DeWalt with a 33-28. That's going to put him up to 8th. Getting the purple banner across the top of their screen. Windscreen, if you want to be English. But their windshield, that means they are currently in the chase. Again, Mike DeWalt, one of the, again, top qualifiers. Looks like he's going to qualify 2nd. But he's also tied with Cody Johnson for 1st place in the point standings. See who else is out here. See if we can find anybody else. Anybody at all. Let's see. Looks like we have David Chandler. Worldwide Express in the 3-0 of that white, blue, and black Chevrolet. The hell was that? The Honey Badger says, let's go. That is what I'm talking about. It's been long awaited. We took a week off last week. Road America. Keaton taking over the duties for broadcasting last week. Couldn't be more thankful for him to do that. Did a fantastic job. Big shout out. Keaton A13. Follow him on Twitch if you haven't already. This is Tate. I'm going to say Lytle in the John Deere 29 car. Let's see where he's going to end up. I do believe this is his first lap. 33.77. And that is about it. All right, so they're going to have a little warm-up. We're going to take the scenic route on this one and get ready. So grab a beverage, get ready to go. We have 134 laps at Homestead-Miami for the Gears Cup Series Chase Race 8 of 10. Again, 2 more races after this one and call the season quits. We will crown a champion. And who knows? Maybe some new winners yet. Bunch of new winners this year. First time winners. But if you've been here all season, you know of the usual suspects with Parent Huggins, Mike DeWalt, Nathan Fuller, Ethan Burrell has become a household name. The man they call Elliott Drummond dominated last week's win at Road America. And the 29 car was Chris Thomas Jr., so my apologies, no insult to whoever the hell I was talking about before. Tate Lytle, which is in the number 19 car. Let's give him some love right now. Oh, let's see this car. I think that says Days Gone By. Yes, it does. Beautiful Toyota. As they get ready for 134 laps. Again, this is just a warm-up. And just so that you can keep track at home, Stage 1 is the completion of lap 30, and Stage 2 is completion of lap 50. Once they're done here with this warm-up, we'll break down the grid. Looks like we have some late joiners to the league. That's awesome. Welcome to the Gears Cup Series. Especially if you're watching here tonight, getting ready to go. Look at that good wrench of Floyd Stewart, number 15. Had a good showing a couple weeks ago at Talladega. But Homestead, I didn't think we'd get here so quickly, but here we are. Happy to have y'all along for the ride again. It's been a fun year. It's been a fun year. Exciting as always. Talladega was worth the price of my admission. And I hope it did the same for you. Again, I'll remind you, if you haven't grabbed a beverage, do that as we get set. As cars will begin to take the grid for the Crown Royal 200. Again, these sponsors not real, totally satirical. We appreciate nobody reaching out to us and telling us to stop. We can only hope it continues. Funny as that may be, got some serious business to handle here in 134 laps. Let's go ahead and take a peek at the grid. On the pole is going to be Sean Anderson, and outside him is Mike DeWalt. Trey Holmes and John Cutlip in row 2. Nathan Fuller and Perrin Huggins will take up row 3. Matt Albert and Ethan Burrell will take row 4. Row 5, you're going to have Cody Johnson and Zach Deshay. Row 6 is going to be Justin Vandermerel and Jeremy Beal. Jonathan Militia and Lucas Reed. Casey Hatch and David Chandler. Looks like somebody didn't grid. That's amazing. I'm just going to go down this list here. Casey Hatch, John Howard, Michael Menchaca, Floyd Stewart, Brian Lucan, William Hitzman, Connor Rowe, Nick Wood, Elliot Drummond, Tate Lytle, Chris Parkman, Chris Thomas Jr., and Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. Looks like Trey Holmes, Tyler Curley, and Andrew Allen will possibly have to start from pit lane. Again, if you've been with us all season, appreciate you having us along on your computer or TV screen. As we ride the wave to the end, who will be the champion at the end of the year? We're about to find out in the next step. Green Flag Racing. Yeah, you see Trey Holmes there take off. Anderson, Holmes, Huggins. Hugging the wall. Dear Lord. See people scraping the wall again. Really the preference of line, if you can run the low line, you run it. Absolutely. But if you can run the high line, that tends to work better over time. Mike DeWalt's going to lead lap 1. Everybody seems to be minding their P's and Q's. Nobody seems to be getting too loose.
That's what she said.
DeWalt. Ford. And top 4 with DeWalt, Anderson, Cutlip, and Albert. Ethan Burrell, the Toyota. Rounding out your top 5, Perrin Huggins hanging around in 6th. Cody Johnson, Zach Touche, Justin Vanderbilt, and Lucas Reed. Oh, we've got action with Menchaca.
Aggressive goes around.
Let's see what we have. Let's back it up and see what we can find out. All right. Where did we go wrong? All right, let's find out what's going on here. Real time. Let's go real time. Oh, cuts across the 13 car. Parkman takes Nick Wood with him and John Howard. Man. Seems like we see that enough. We've seen that a few times this season with the combination of those characters. Maybe not in the same instance at all the time. It seems Nick Wood and Michael Menchaca, Chris Parkman, I know has been a part of a couple. But let's see what happened here. Looks like Parkman, I believe that is 13. Yeah, Chris Parkman. Yeah, Menchaca, I think, got loose already. Oh, yeah, he was already loose a little bit, just coming down, trying to ride it out. He probably would have straightened it out without a problem there. But it looks like Menchaca takes Parkman and then takes Nick Wood. And then John Howard joins the show here coming into the frame. Right there with the 48 of Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. almost getting involved. But it looks like he is going to survive this wreck. All right, so back out we go. That is caution number 1. Thought we were going to get a little bit better of a start there, but hey, that's all right. 5 laps in. Get the wiggles out. Good racing up front early on. BM Racing Network followed right now. Wow, thank you for that. Brings us up to 253. Much appreciated. Thank you for the follow. That does mean a lot. As you know, the racing community is a tight-knit bunch. Mike DeWalt, Sean Anderson, John Cutlip, Matt Albert, and Perrin Huggins, your top 5. With Ethan Burrell, Cody Johnson, Zach Deshay, Justin Vanderbilt, Lucas Reed rounding out your top 10. Jeremy Beal getting the nickname Beal the other night. That's sticking with me for a minute. He's going to get sick of me saying it. That's what happens when you hang out with us here in the Gears Cup Series. Hang out long enough, you're going to find yourself with a nickname. What the fuck was that? All right. Pace car lights are off. That means we have 1 lap to go. Mike DeWalt has chosen the outside lane again. That is the preference if you can run it. Inside lane works just as well, but you do not want to be on those beads in the middle of the track. Let's see if I can get an aerial. See those black lines right in the middle there? You don't want your tires on that line. Kind of like what they're doing right now. You kind of want to be up, above, or below. And that goes for the bottom ring there too. Got to be just above or just below. Doing the blimp cam on the restart. Pace car is off. Mike DeWalt is leading us down. Geico restart zone. Gears Cup Series, let's go. Green flag racing. DeWalt off to a good start. Matt Albert and John Cutlip door to door. And the Fords are up at the top 4. Perrin Huggins says, not if I have anything to do with it. Goes to the inside. Again, if you guys know anything about Perrin Huggins, a dominant race car driver, over a 6,000 I rating. Sometimes can't seem to get out of his own way. but a damn good driver. We get a little bit more established. We'll do our first loose and loud of the evening. Everybody fading up a little bit high. In the wall they go. Cody Johnson is up front, sneaking up there again. The co-leader with Mike DeWalt. DeWalt now jumps that low line. Sean Anderson grinding against that wall. It's like listening to Genuine at the dance club. My pony. Ford's going 3 wide for second place. Anderson's going to hold. Cutlip right there. Down the front stretch. From first to about 6th or 7th. Really, really competitive racing. Let's take a look back here with another guy making his debut tonight on the 19. Tate Lytle riding around in 13th, a new Gears Cup Series driver from Lakeview, Oregon. Young man has a 6,000 I rating. Very talented driver. Nathan Fuller, the man from Elgin, South Carolina, serving our country in that Operation Motorsport Toyota Camry 24. Some of these drivers, including Fuller and some others, doing the road to pro, trying to get there. Again, the quality of this league is beginning to form. 3 wide. Bial battling with Tate Lytle. Fuller right there as well. Side by side. Perrin Huggins now finds himself up into 3rd place. Right around with the fan favorite, Zach Duche. From Kewanee, Wisconsin, on the Wisconsinite, hell yeah. Depressed, crazy, and possibly insane. Well, baby, that makes 2 of us. Riding around in 8th place currently. Again, if you're a friend of the Badger State, Wisconsin, we love you. Again, if you notice on his dash, he's riding around in 5th. Let's find somebody who's not. Here we go. This would be the man, Mike DeWalt. Riding around, the man from Peoria, Illinois. One of the few Packer fans I know from that area. Riding around in 4th. So again, different strategies and mentalities on how they ride around at either in 4th or 5th. With that 5th gear now, does add a little something to the strat. Perrin Huggins, your new leader. 3rd place in the points, within earshot. Could make a big to-do with the strong showing tonight. Little known or facts about Perrin Huggins. He's got 7 poles on the year, and he has 12 stage wins, with the most laps led in the league with 719. The next closest person to that looks like to be Elliot Drummond with 327 and Ethan Burrell of 325. And that is going into tonight. Perrin Huggins continuing to dominate. As promised, the first time tonight here, loose and loud of the evening. Here we go. Bringing you back in now, as we have less than 10 laps away from stage 1 of the Crown Royal 200. Again, completion on lap 30 will be the stage 1 caution, and then a 20-lap sprint for stage 2. Again, total of 134 laps. Oh, we got action on the backstretch. Lucas Reed, he's got it going again. Definitely a bummer for the 10 car. Masterflex. A guy who we haven't talked about for a minute, Ethan Burrell up into second. Happy to see him around from Vancouver, Washington. Next time by will be 5 laps to go. Mike DeWald looks like he is about a second back. Again, stage points at this point of the season are paramount. Cody Johnson's right there, Perrin Huggins, and Mike DeWalt. Those three are right there. Sean Anderson in 7th. Matt Albert back in 13th. We're going to keep it locked here as Ethan Burrell has overtaken the lead. Huggins back to the inside. Is it getting hot in here? It certainly is. Keaton says this looks amazing. Wish I could be a part of it. Too bad I got stuck at work. Yeah, man, with all due respect, that sucks to be you. But I hope some good karma pays off for you in the future, so that doesn't happen to you next week. Yeah, next week is going to be the Earnhardt Tribute at Richmond. Don't know what the hell happened there. Two laps to go next time by. These guys are side by side. Well, I shouldn't say side by side. Well, maybe they are now. Ethan Burrell closing up on Perrin Huggins. Now, I know Perrin Huggins pretty well. I don't think he would have lifted even at this point. And he cuts back down the inside. Look at this. It's like they're just hanging out, having some fun. One lap to go. Coming up next, Sinister Will has followed. Holy cow. That is amazing. Thank you for the follow, Sinister Will. Burrell, Huggins, DeWalt, Lytle, and Cutlip. One lap to go. Oh, Lytle getting loose. He's going to hang on. Or does he? He will. So Tate's going to hang on. Menchaca having a tough time in front of the leaders. I do hope he does not make this a thing. Oh my goodness. Perrin Huggins is going to win stage 1. But not without making your butthole pucker just a little bit. Wow. Perrin Huggins, your stage 1 winner. That's going to make stage number 13. Stage victory number 13. Good Lord. Yes, that was close. Very close. I think I was just about as shocked as everyone else. You would think that they would see them coming and get out of the way. That may need to be addressed by their team. Maybe talk with their spotter. I'm not sure. Whoa. Again, couldn't be more elated to be with you here tonight. Looks like everybody's coming down pit lane who isn't a lap down. So saying happy to be here with you tonight. It's been a long 2-week layer. It's been a long week off of the broadcasting deal. I'm a little rusty, it seems like. But just getting back into the swing of things. Want to welcome Clint Boyer, who is our pit lane race reporter. Clint, what do you see out there?
Michael Waltrip is the worst driver in NASCAR, period.
Okay, well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. You heard it first here. Michael Waltrip is the worst driver in NASCAR. Cool. Ethan Burrell comes out the leader. Again, lap 50 is going to be the conclusion of stage 2. 134 laps in total. Mike DeWalt in the number 20 Ford Mustang. Big shout out to his mom. Got a little cringed out, I guess, when I called him Big Sexy. Nothing behind that. Nothing behind that. He is just a friend.
That's what she said.
But in all seriousness, Mike's a great guy. Happy to have him and his team make me a part of this. It's a great opportunity, and again, the quality of racing is so good here. Beginning of the year has changed a lot from what the end of the year looks like. And with that, you know, it comes with a good team of people around us, a good group of drivers. You know, hats off to everybody who takes part in the Gears Cup Series. Couldn't be as good as it is without you. Really raising the stakes early with the quality of racing. Again, there's some tracks that just going to be so damn frustrating. So we get the 1 lap to go signal from the tower. What the hell is going on here between Burrell and Cutlip? Who knows? Maybe we'll talk about that later. So Ethan Burrell and John Cutlip is going to be in row 1. Tate Lytle, Cody Johnson, row 2. Sean Anderson and Barron Huggins, row 3, with Mike DeWalt and Trey Holmes, row 4. Row 5 is going to have Matt Albert and Chris Parkman, with Jeremy Bial and Nathan Fuller in row 6. Zach Duche and Justin Vandermerel in row 7. Casey Hatch and Connor Rowe in row 8. David Chandler and John Howard in row 9. And Lucas Reed with William Hitzman rounding out your top 20 in row 10. Again, 28 active on the track currently. As we get set to go back green flag racing. Pace car is off. You know what that means? The Geico restart zone, green flag. Burrell and Cutlip. Cutlip in the 28. Making a run for it early. To the inside, banging doors. Tate Lytle riding the outside. Doing his best Ross Chastain impression. Oh man, looks like Fuller and looks like the 21 car of Duche had to get down. Got a little loose. Again, everybody riding that high line, just clipping the wall a little bit as you see debris. And look at them serpentine down the backstretch into the corners. So many different variances of line that they are running. Again, you want to stay off that bead. It's not a love bead, I'll tell you that much. Not even the other kind of bead. But a bead you don't want your tire on. Mike DeWalt making a break for it. Pass straight home for third. Word to your mother, he's got it. Nate Fuller back here. Let's see what he's getting into. Looks like back for 60. Going 3 wide, and we got a crash. David Chandler is around. Yellow flag is out. Well, let's back it up and see what happened here with Mr. Chandler. Oh, he's already losing it by the time I get to this part. Yeah, just flat out gets loose. Tries to save it. Almost does. And puts himself out. Not sure. Not sure if he's going to go in or not. Didn't really do much. So we'll have to see. There we go. Bring it back in. My apologies. Had that spotter yelling in my ear, and it about made me piss myself. Not going to do that on stream. That is for damn sure. I don't make enough money to do that.
That's what she said.
Again, 41 laps of 134 completed. Getting close to that lap 50 stage 2 break. Couple more cautions than I had anticipated. But overall, not many complaints about this race. Again, fuel window can be about 32 laps from what I'm told if you really can conserve. Maybe you can stretch it a little further than that. But after it's all said and done, you know, it's getting to that final stage. That's when these guys kind of strap in a little bit more, lock it up, and get after it. That's when it really matters. Again, not many leagues offer fast repairs. We do. We give you one just because stupid stuff happens all the time in iRacing, and I think that's a given. It is, you know, it is a sim. You know, some people say it's video game. Some people call it a sim. Some people are sensitive for whatever you're going to call this thing. But at the end of the day, I think one fast repair is feasible. I think we saw at Charlotte a few weeks ago, Justin Vandermel, who is a hell of a driver. Not going to let Justin live this down, though, where he took out the entire field and we had to restart. Caution came out before half the field got across the green, white, or across the finish line to start the race, and just kind of made iRacing glitch out. Had to reset. Don't know how it applies now, but it's just racing. It's iRacing. Again, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we're going to have at least 7 more laps and hopefully not caution-filled, caution-free, so we can get to the lap 50 caution for the stage 2 break. Again, from there on out, it's going to be from lap 50 to a lap 134, so about 85 laps roughly. I can't do math tonight, and I refuse to try, as we're going to get the 1 to go. Stage 2, we're going to get an interview. Hopefully we get somebody in-car interview. I'm thinking Mike DeWalt if he's available. But let's rack them up. Re-rack, and let's get to cracking with Parrot Huggins and John Cutlip in row 1, Ethan Burrell and Mike DeWalt in row 2. Tate Lytle and Trey Holmes in row 3. Sean Anderson and Chris Parkman in row 4. Justin Vandermeer and Casey Hatch, row 5, with Matt Albert and Lucas Reed, row 6. Zach Duche and Connor Rowe, row 7th, with Nathan Fuller and Elliot Drummond, row 8. Row 7. Oh, God, I don't even know. Row 8. Row 9, John Howard, William Hitzman, and row 10, Chris Thomas Jr. and David Chandler. They're all shuffling around in my SDK. Good Lord. Perrin Huggins, your stage 1 winner. Can he make it 2 in a row? Let's find out. Pace car lights are off. Geico restart zone is active. Go, go, Gears Cup Series Rangers, go! Green flag racing! Now? Yes, now! Perrin Huggins and Ethan Burrell. Inside line, turns 1 and 2. John Cutliff. Tate Lytle right there with Mike DeWalt. Sean Anderson, Trey Holmes, and Justin Vandermeer cruising right there. Don't know what the hell that was. Lytle kind of making it 3 wide for second. Cutliff going to drift up. Oh, we got a cross hatch into the wall. Chandler is with him. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, and that destroyed the front end of Newman's car.
Yeah, that did. That really, really did. Caution is out. And Joe bucked the field. Let's see what happened to Casey Hatch and company on this restart. Fuller to the inside. Just got loose. Flex Fuller. Hits Drummond. Goes around. Oh, Chandler hits him dead on. And Menchaca. Always Menchaca. Well, that's going to bring out another caution, unfortunately. And I do mean, unfortunately, because we just got back to green flag racing. And currently, Perrin Huggins is sure leader. And it looks like he may very well win at stage number 2. Would make number 14 for stage wins of the year. And I do believe that's going to be a record. What a night so far. I would encourage anybody to get up, get a snack, get ready to get back at it. It's going to be a sprint and then a caution again.
Yes, sir.
I've got Mike DeWalt with me here in the 20 car live. 3rd place right now, Mike. How's the track feeling, and how are you feeling, most importantly?
It's pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. It's difficult with all the cautions to get into a rhythm. Wish we could have gone green a little bit more to get a better stage 2 result, but it looks like I might get some stage points here, which is good, but definitely we'll be set back here at the caution because everybody else has already got tires staying out, so we'll lose all our track positions for stage 3, but at least we'll get some stage points, keep up with Perrin. and get some points on Cody for sure, which is the most important thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, Perrin Huggins within striking distance, but the show here is really between Mike and Cody here tonight. Thank you, Mike, for your time, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, sir.
That is Mike DeWalt of the number 20 car. DeWalt Ford Mustang. Keeping it real. And it hasn't gone wrong. It is unfortunate, those guys losing position, crashing out. Some of them will be out. Let's see if I can find out here for you. I do believe they're still around. Looks like the only one that's out appears to be Elliott Drummond. Oh, looks like he's coming back out right now. Menchaca's back out there. Looks like Militia. Big shout out to Jonathan Militia coming back after taking some time off, taking some time away. Focus on some other issues bigger than racing. Glad to have him back in the fold and back out there again. He was a chase participant, eliminated after a little while there, but hanging out, having a good time, not discouraged at all. He continues on the course. But again, Perrin Huggins, if he continues to dominate, I can't see him making, somewhat of a shot, taking a shot at winning the championship. I know it's kind of far out there as far as points are concerned. It would have to be devastating losses for Mike and Cody for that even to happen. But we're going to talk about that in a minute as we're getting back to green flag racing. Green, 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 if you know what I mean. Gears Cup Series back at it. And if I am correct, I do believe this is going to be for the stage. Huggins outside. Sean Anderson right there now making a move in second. Mike DeWalt to the bottom. Trying to make something out of this. Perrin Huggins. He is going to win stage 2 and stage victory number 14. That is incredible. Big hats off to the young man. Coming in and showing out like he does every single week. He is our stage 2 winner.
I'm Ricky Bobby. If you don't chew Big Red, then f you.
Wow. That was offensive. So Perrin Huggins, stage win number 14 on the year. And is working on the sweep of the Crown Royal 200. Good showing here tonight so far for Tate Lytle and Zach Deshay. Chris Thomas Jr. showing up here. Nick Wood, after some unfortunate business, back up into 8th. Biggest mover of the night so far is Chris Thomas Jr. We might have some folks come down pit lane. We'll see if they do. Yes, they shall. Like Wood staying out, Burrell, Cody Johnson, Fuller. Looks like Matt Albert, Cutlip. Strategy beginning to take shape. Again, this is supposed to be the last caution until the end of the race. And hopefully these guys can keep it together the rest of the way. We would like a long green flag. We would like fuel strategy to come into play. Anything.
You got hair on your peaches or what?
Again, next week is going to be Richmond. Looking forward to that. Haven't been there in a minute myself. I'm going to take a couple laps around in preparation for next week just to get a feel for it. So I actually know what the hell I'm talking about. Here with these next-gen cars, you can get around this track. You can make it work. But it's how you drive in traffic, I think, is the most critical. If you can get it straight around the track and then drive around people and keep it straight around the track, you're going to be fine. But these cars are so loose and so quick to jump out behind you. So much is dependent upon that right rear tire and how you use it. Long green flag runs would indicate how these drivers use it. But we haven't even got past 10, 15 laps, which is a bummer, but I know we can get there. I think I might have jinxed the field. Nick Wood really getting personal with the pace car. Might have to get taken on the hauler after this one. Pace car lights are off, and you know what that means. One lap to go to get back to green flag racing. Nick Wood and Ethan Burrell is going to be row 1. Cody Johnson and Nathan Fuller are going to be row 2. Chris Parkman and Mount Albert, row 3. John Cutlip and Jeremy Bial, row 4. And William Hitzman and David Chandler rounding out your top 10. This is where you're going to start to see the race really take shape. And hopefully, get a long green flag run. Again, so much thank you so much for hanging out with us. We've got roughly about 80 laps to go before the conclusion of this one. As they're heading into turns 3 and 4, and we will get back at it. All right, chase race 8 of 10 back on for the finale of Miami Homestead-Miami. Whatever, we're in Florida. Burrell and Wood side by side for the lead. Cody Johnson, Matt Albert right there as well. 3 wide between Fuller, Parkman, and Albert with Bial pushing Albert. Fuller getting hung out to dry. Oh, Albert smacks the wall. Around he goes. Taking Bial. Fuller, Cutlip, Chandler. Big accident. Justin Vanderburel. Zach Duche. Oh, my. Let's see how this plays out in real time. Yeah, just gets loose, hits the wall. Beal takes him. Fuller, Cutlip, chain reaction there. Chandler and DeWalt bang doors. Chandler's night's done. Bial takes a Thomas, a couple other people with him. Wow. Wow. That is definitely unfortunate. Wow, 21's already around back there. Van Morel and Lytle around as well. Beal. Yeah, it looks like up here is just insane. Lucas Reed. Looks like Fuller and Hatch kind of finishes Fuller off a little bit. Banging doors. Wow, let's see up here. Yeah, Beal then gets hit. Hitzman in there as well. Drummond looks like he's going to avoid it. Get out of it okay. And then Lytle just backing up. I don't understand that. Let's see what happened here. And he's just coasting. I mean, he could have probably stopped. Oh, wow. And then pushes Fuller back down. Oh, man. See what happened here. See if he took anybody else with him. Looks like he didn't. Thankfully. But, wow. I don't understand why Lytle wouldn't have just put the foot on the brake. Guess we'll never know. Ethan Burrell is your leader. And that just got things real interesting real fast. Some cars that were fast and up near the front are now not going to be. And this is going to open some doors for some people. Hate to say that because that is an unfortunate circumstance. But the reality that we are in currently. Two more races before the 2023 wraps up the season for the Gears Cup Series. Again, Richmond next week, and then Gears presents the finale in Las Vegas. That is going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of tensions, a lot of emotion. Again, this season really has proven, especially from middle on to currently, the amount of talent that's here. I think the more that they race together, the more competitive and better that they'll be. It just, as anything else, takes time. And if you know anything about racing, racing around you is just as important as your personal talent in racing. Got to have people around you that can be competitive. Can't be people wrecking and doing making stupid decisions. Does not help with the racecraft at all and what you're trying to aspire to be. Ethan Burrell, Nick Wood, Cody Johnson, Chris Parkman, and Mike DeWalt, your top five, with Perrin Huggins, Trey Holmes, Connor Rowe, Elliott Drummond, and John Howard rounding out your top 10. Again, a lot of fast drivers involved in that most recent wreck, which was very interesting. Matt Albert getting into the wall. And then kind of a chain reaction. About 8 or 9 cars, possibly 8, I'm going to say 8 to 10 were involved. But the lights are off, and that means we're going back to green flag racing here quite shortly. Quite. Ethan Burrell and Nick Wood going to be in row 1 with Cody Johnson and Chris Parkman, row 2. Mike DeWalt and Perrin Huggins going to take up row 3. Connor Rowe and Trey Holmes in row 4, with Elliott Drummond and John Howard rounding out your top 10. Again, the field has dwindled a little bit. Looks like some drivers are still in the pit getting repairs. But nevertheless, Ethan Burrell is going to lead us off. Pace cars off, and we are back to green flag racing in the Geico restart zone. Bing, bada bing, bada boom. Let's go. Away we went. Pushing it to the limit is what they do best. Cody Johnson closing in front of Nick Wood. Diving down, looks like that inside lane becoming a little bit more popular here right now. That'll change about 15 laps in on these tires. DeWalt shoots down to the bottom. Menchaca around on the front stretch. They're going to keep it green, I'm sure. Menchaca, kind of a liability tonight, if I'm being honest with myself. Love that dude. Menchaca's a great dude. But needs to put a little bit more track time here at Homestead. Burrell, Johnson, Huggins, Parkman, and Bro, your top five. DeWalt, Drummond, Wood, Duche, and Fuller rounding on your top 10. Fuller coming back after getting rear-ended by somebody else's rear end. Tate Lytle's, to be exact. Lytle riding around at 13th. Your biggest mover of the night so far is a 13-car Valvoline of Chris Parkman. Chris Parkman. Bounced up and down, but he has 22 positions. Started 26, now up into 4. Big shout out to the man, hometown from Lancaster, Chris Parkman. Lead change alert. Cody Johnson out in front. That 08 Flow Racing Chevrolet Camaro. As I've told people who are not familiar with Cody Johnson, is you cannot sleep on this guy. In the console days, he was a master. Putting the work in now on iRacing. The transition, pretty much seamless for him. Huggins to the inside, battle of the eights. Chevrolet Camaros for the lead. 3 Chevys and a Toyota up in your top 4. Mike DeWalt just moved up into 5th over Connor Rowe. Looks like with the left side a little dinged up. Hopefully that doesn't hurt him too much on an aerodynamics level. Watch the field go by. I think it might be safe to do another segment of a Loose and Loud, brought to you by Casa de la Horseboat. bringing you back in. Now lap 76 of 134 completed. Over halfway home. Oh, Connor Rowe, Mike DeWalt almost touched tips. Good racing overall. Perrin Huggins out to a good lead. You see that he's got about almost a full second on Ethan Burrell. It's Huggins, Burrell, Cody Johnson, Chris Parkman, and Elliott Drummond with Tate Lytle, Nathan Fuller, Connor Rowe, Mike DeWalt, and John Cutlip rounding out your top 10. Again, over halfway home. Perrin Huggins has dominated this race in terms of stage victories and leading laps. Ethan Burrell has been kind of the Robin to his Batman. He's been right behind him in second most of the way. Looks like Albert getting out of the way, going to pit. Lucas Reed gonna maybe try to fend off going a lap down, but it's hard to fend off a guy like Perrin Huggins. Again, Huggins, Burrell, Johnson, Parkman, and Lytle, your top 5 with Drummond, Fuller, Rowe, Cutlip, and Duche rounding out your top 10. Mike DeWalt, I do believe, has dropped back considerably. Looks like back into 11th. Again, strategy at play. Some, guys don't want to burn up their stuff. Looks like Johnson's going to pit now. You see Parkman looking like he's going to make a move there. Passing lap traffic with ease. Looks like getting loose out of 2. I don't know if that was Tate Lytle getting loose or not. Caught that too late. But cruising along ever so softly with 81 of 134 complete. Tate Lytle moving up into 3rd. Elliott Drummond there as well. Passing lap traffic, that is Michael Menchaca. And Homestead, a difficult track by all means. Looks easy enough, but really it is not. For these cars, it's like driving on ice skates in better ways to say it, I guess. For lack of a better word or terms. There he is, Perrin Huggins. Rolling around in first. You got Ethan Burrell there again from Vancouver, Washington. Tate Lytle, Lakeview, Oregon native. And Elliott Drummond. Nate Fuller working his way back up to 5th. After literally fighting with other cars to get there. Trey Holmes all over the back bumper of Fuller. Looks like he's going to make a move to the outside. Oh, Fuller put him around. Put him around live. Well, we're going to back that up because that looked pretty clear cut. Trey Holmes had a great run coming out of 3 and 4. And Fuller just put him around his nose. We're going to back it up just so I give you a little bit of context. And I don't know if... Oh, okay. All right. So let's see what happened here. This is coming out of 2 to the backstretch. Holmes got a run. Bumped him a little bit. I think that was unintentional. I don't think that was on purpose. As you can see, he was just on him. Got a good run. Up and to the outside. He'll go. He gets a run. You can see. Yeah, Fuller had a chance to back up, and he didn't. He just put him around. I don't know if that was intentional or not. We'll probably hear about that later. But that was probably the best shot we're going to get of that incident. Again, let's slow it down. See if I can get in here with my Control Z. I'm not going to try that right now. It's insane. But I'm going to back it up here because I want to see one thing. If I could see one thing, this will help probably give me a little bit more of a definitive answer on what happened. I normally wouldn't look into this much, but it just, for some reason, man. See what we got here. Yeah, no shame in his game. Fuller, I think, was trying to maintain the outside. It was 3 wide. You had Machaca sitting right there. I don't know, man. I mean, at first glance, it looks like he might have got retaliated because of that bump in the back end. But at the same time, I mean, you can't really make a definitive effort, at least on my end. I'm not the guy who makes that call, but that'll definitely be looked at after the race. Aaron Huggins, John Cutlip, Ethan Burrell, Elliott Drummond, Connor Rowe in your top 5 with Nathan Fuller, Zach Deshay, Mike DeWalt, Justin Vanderburrell, and Nick Wood. Again, I'm not suggesting anything as far as that goes. We do review every incident, every single race. I try to give the best views and vantage points in case my broadcast is used to review stuff like that. So we try to give people the best view that we can, especially for our admin team, just to kind of see what's going on. Again, Nate Fuller is a respected driver of this league. No intention of saying that he's a dirty driver by any means. But it could have been payback. It could not have been payback. I don't know. I'll leave that up for y'all to decide. Again, Perrin Huggins is your leader. He has won both stages here early on here this evening. Has now 14 stage victories on the season. The dominance continues to be a thing. One lap to go. And it looks like it's going to be Perrin Huggins and John Cutlip in row 1 with Elliott Drummond and Ethan Burrell row 2. Connor Rowe and Nathan Fuller row 3. Mike DeWalt and Zach Deshay row 4 with Nick Wood and Justin Vanderburrell row 5, rounding out your top 10. Getting ready to get back after it. Hope you are too. Pace car is off. Perrin Huggins is on. Geico restart zone is where we continue the race. Green flag. And we are off and away.
You got hair on your peaches or what?
Aaron Huggins and Cutlip. Cutlip to the inside. Trying to make that mobile one machine Ford Mustang and make that kitten purr. Drum in there as well in the Miller Lite Deuce. Ethan Burrell to the inside of Drummond. It is Buck Wild. 90 laps in of 134. Looks like Militia just getting out of pit lane. Huggins, Cutlip, Burrell, Drummond, and Fuller, your top 5, with Carter Rowe, Zach Deshay, Justin Van Morel, Sean Anderson, Nick Wood rounding out your top 10. Good battles here all over the track, and we got some action up in the top. Looks like by Jeremy Bial. Oh my lord, what the hell just happened? Wow. You cannot make this shit up. What did we just witness? All right, let's see. Jeremy Bial on the 47 drumstick Chevy Camaro. Looks like he drifts up right away into Reed. Reed and Burrell get a little frisky with the biscuit. Oh, wow. Back it up again. Yeah, Reed came down. Not sure why he did that. Everybody's trying to escape the pressure. 15. Oh, wow. What a chain reaction. Well, is what I would say to that one. And that is unfortunate to have another caution. Frustrating experience for the viewer, as is the broadcaster. Hopefully these guys can clean it up so we get the last 35, 40 laps or so under green. Looks like Huggins to pit lane. And slow us down yet again. Recruitment race to follow here after this one. If you're hanging out, you're more than welcome to join us. See if we can get our in-race reporter, Mike DeWalt. Mike DeWalt, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Mike, what the hell's going on out there, man?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's been
an eventful race.
Yeah, that is saying a lot as far as it goes. I mean, that last caution there, it just looked like Beal and Reed, and then Reed just came down. Like, for some reason, he just came down, and I'm not sure why that was.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a struggle for me ever since the end of stage 2 for whatever reason. Just the cars are not the same. Or I'm just overdriving it. I don't know. But it's not good. We're stacked. We're way back in the field. We got to make some spots up.
Yeah.
I had some damage from earlier, so I just had that repair. So that was a good timing for a caution for me, honestly. But we'll see what we got for the rest of the way. Well,
good luck to you, Mike. I know you want to get back at it. Again, best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Mike DeWalt in the number 20 Ford Mustang, giving us a moment of his time. I do appreciate that. It's unfortunate for Jeremy Beal. Lucas Reed has been in a few incidents tonight, and that is unfortunate. Lucas Reed, the winner. He has won this year. As I'm trying to pull up that information for you right now. Yeah, Lucas Reed won the Daytona 250. But ever since that time in March 3rd, he has not won since then. So a little bit of a drought for Reed, and doesn't look like it's going to happen tonight. Master Ma didn't mean to go down. Felt like he was doing me. Nothing intentional on my part. Hey, stuff happens. It is racing. I can understand that. But will anybody else? That is the question. Clint Boyer, what do you think?
Michael Waltrip
Okay. Apparently he does not like Michael Waltrip. We're going to leave him alone the rest of the way. Very interesting to say the least. Again, grab yourself a drink, grab a beverage as we're getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. We'll give you the breakdown of who is in your top 10. Row number 1 is going to be John Cutlip and Ethan Burrell. Row 2, Elliott Drummond and Nathan Fuller. Row 3 is going to be Connor Rowe and Zach Deshay. Row 4 is Justin Vandermerel and Nick Wood, rounding out your top 10. And in row 5, Trey Holmes and Tate Lytle. Again, that transition from daytime into nighttime, does that have a factor in how the car feels? Or is it the damage for some of these drivers where it's just not the same anymore? Is the love gone? Find out as we restart here for the Crown Royal 200 on the Gears Cup Series at Casa de la Horseboat. Again, thank you for having me in your home, on your computer tonight, on your tablet, your phone, whatever the hell you watch our series on. Thank you for that. It's what we live for. Again, hats off to the viewers at home. Back at it, Green Flag Racing, Cutlip and Burrell leading us down. Hot and heavy between a Ford Toyota and a Chevy. Crown Royal 200, back at it. Fuller almost didn't let Connor Rowe in up at the top line. Fuller trying to push himself way through, and he's getting loose out of 3 and 4. Able to maintain it. Oh, and it looks like somebody went with him. Who was that? Like might have been the 15, not sure. Oh no. No. Somebody else, but I'm not going to worry about it now as we got a wicked race here up near the front. Burrell and Cutlip side by side, coming out of 4 and on the front strap. Burrell closes the door, Cutlip back to the inside. Trading back and forth, yo mama jokes with Elliott Drummond making it 3 wide for the lead. Oh, we got a wreck for the lead! Elliott Drummond getting sent out to pasture, and I can't help to think it might have been a combination of race or net code, lag. Yeah, see, there he goes, in and out and back in. Cutlip sends him around, I think, and it goes through Burrell. But look at this field. Hats off to the Gears Cup Series. Hats off to the Gears Cup Series for being able to hang on to that. Can't clap because it would sound really stupid. But hats off to to Elliott Drummond for keeping his car together and for everybody else to keep it together. And I thought we were under caution. We're not under caution. Well, Burrell, Rowe, Cutlip, Holmes, and Vandermerel. And I'm not sure why you don't call a caution on that. But I'm not the one that's going to make that decision. Black Sheep in the house. Some guys are driving like they've had a few. That is getting pinned. Good to see you, Black Sheep. Cheers to you as well. Yeah, definitely. I think there's some drivers out here very self-conscious about their driving, have to have a few drinks before they get online. Again, we don't encourage drinking and driving in real life, but in iRacing, what the hell ever, man. Burrell, Roll, Cutlip, Holmes, and Vandermerel. Your top 5 with Duche, Huggins, Wood, DeWalt, and Chris Thomas Jr. Someone left the yellow flag at home. Race control Nate Williams. Him and I have disagreed on a couple this season. That one, I think we're going to disagree on as well. But I am not the one calling and putting out that caution flag. Ethan Burrell, Connor Rowe, John Cutlip, Trey Holmes, and Zach Boucher, your top 5. Rowe and that Code Red Mountain Dew number 5. Trying to get a good finish here. Seems like he's had trouble. Last couple times out, but has really put the work in here tonight. Started 22nd, now up to 2nd. One of the biggest movers of the night so far. Again, 0.3 seconds back of Burrell. Not much you can do about that when the guy's just outperforming you like that. Looks like once was on the front row. Sean Anderson about to go a lap down. Definition of when keeping it real goes wrong. Trey Holmes back up into 4th after getting spun. Nathan Fuller back to 12th. With Perrin Huggins in 11th. Again, pit cycle. I think people have pitted since that caution came out. And I think for now is going to be one more loose and loud with less than 25 laps to go. It's loose and loud for the final time for the Crown Royal 200 at Homestead-Miami Speedway. bring you back in now with 18 laps to go. Mike DeWalt, the man whose car felt funny, is now your leader. Again, pit cycles are the pit cycle is now taking place. Got to Walt Parkman, Vander Morel, Nick Wood, and Chris Thomas Jr., your top 5. Cody Johnson, Perrin Huggins, Zach Deshay, Floyd Stewart, and John Cutlip running out your top 10. As you see some of those guys hitting the pits. Connor Rowe getting the short end of the stick, spinning out, entering pit lane. Saw the end of that, had to make a comment. Got a good battle for the points. Let's see who can pull this off. You're damn right. You guys are familiar with the points race. Excuse me. Cut to it just for a second. Mike DeWalt and Cody Johnson are tied going into the race tonight. Perrin Huggins 25 points back with a realistic chance of catching them. But again, bad things would have to happen to Mike DeWalt and Cody Johnson in order for him to sneak in. But a win tonight, Perrin Huggins would do it. I mean, the man has won multiple races this season. Perrin Huggins has won 3 races. The only other person with more is Nate Fuller with 4. The only multi-winners in this league so far are Perrin Huggins, Nate Fuller, Matt Albert, Mike DeWalt only has 1 win, Elliott Truman, and Ethan Burrell. Mike DeWalt's last win was at the Milwaukee Mile. Back on March 17th, so he's had a bit of a drought. Hasn't won since March. Has had some good finishes, but has not been able to close the door. $14 laps to go, it might be a possibility. So Mike DeWalt, Chris Parkman, Nick Wood, Cody Johnson, and Perrin Huggins, your top 5. With John Cutlip, Ethan Burrell, Trey Holmes, Sean Anderson, Nate Fuller rounding out your top 10. Again, this is Chase Race 8 of 10. Next week is going to be Richmond for the Earnhardt Tribute 200. And then the finale at Las Vegas on October 6th. Wish I wasn't leaving y'all so soon. And who knows, maybe we will stream the Holiday Series. I've jokingly named it the Horseboat Holiday Series. I was hoping it would stick. I don't think it will. Maybe if you're listening here tonight and in the Discord, we can title it that. Let's get a petition. Let's do it. Again, Mike DeWalt, your current leader. Done pretty well for himself tonight. Created a little bit of space between himself and the rest of management. And it could very well be that he's going to have to pit. I would imagine he might. DeWalt having almost a 3.5 second lead over Chris Parkman. Nate Fuller a lap down. Keaton's playing sound alerts. Horseboat Holiday Series. That's right, Black Sheep. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Can Mike DeWalt pull off his first win since March? Or will it be just another Close, but no cigar. He is our points leader, tied with Cody Johnson. 9 to go. Parkman has pitted. He's got an 11-second lead on Cody Johnson. Cody Johnson is going into 1 and 2. So he's got a good sized lead. DeWalt is pitting now. See where Johnson is. Around 3 and 4 now, and he's going to assume the lead. This is going to be huge. Yeah, DeWalt going to drop like a hot rock. Cody Johnson is going to be your leader. Keaton playing sound alerts, scaring the literal shit out of me. Thank you for that. Have to change those sound alerts, start charging people bits for that. I don't die. Nearly having a heart attack. Cody Johnson, Perrin Huggins, Ethan Burrell, John Cutlip, and Trey Holmes, your top 5, with Mike DeWalt, Nathan Fuller, Sean Anderson, Elliot Drummond, and Zach Duche rounding out your top 10. Yes, do not play John Cena. I do not want to hear that. I don't want to see it. Michael Machaca's internet took a dump, as I see. Oh, wow. Already an incident submitted from Lucas Reed as well. So we've already got drama in the Discord. That's amazing. But Cody Johnson and Perrin Huggins. Johnson has an 8-second lead over Huggins. 5 laps to go. And this is the man of the hour in the 08 car. Telemundo drama. I wish I could speak fluent Spanish. I have coworkers that do, and they are awesome. Work with them in the office. Starting to learn a thing or two. See where that goes. But Cody Johnson, Ethan Burrell, Perrin Huggins, Trey Holmes, John Cutlip, Mike DeWalt, Nathan Fuller, Elliot Drummond, Sean Anderson, and Chris Parkman in the top 10. Yeah, you should have put some money on Cody. The bet line was good. Johnson looks like he's going to easily coast to a victory. Looks like Ethan Burrell has passed Perrin Huggins for second. Trey Holmes in fourth there. Looks like Cutlip in fifth. Mike DeWalt about 5 seconds back of the fifth place car. So it looks like it is what it is. Cody Johnson on a Sunday drive on a Friday evening. Pulling out the old baseball bat and knocking it out of the park. Your mom or dad ask you tonight, why are your cheeks so red? Because they've been clapped by Cody Johnson. 2 laps to go. He's going to win an account, and you hear him cutting out his engine. Conserving gas. It's going to be close. Let's go on board with Cody Johnson right now. Let's see if he is cutting out. I think I heard it. He is. On the final lap, conserving fuel. That is insane. This man is insane and winning races. Your Crown Royal 200 winner is Cody Johnson. Ethan Burrell looks like he's going to come home in second. But Cody Johnson is the Crown Royal 200 winner. Let the celebration begin. Last win was Cody Johnson. Looks like, if I could see things straight, he didn't even celebrate. He just got out of his car. Cody Johnson, his last win was just a few weeks ago at August 25th at Darlington. So this will be race win number 2 on the year for Cody Johnson. Again, your winner of the Crown Royal 200. We'll be right back in just a moment with post-race interviews and reactions here on Casa de la Horseboat. All right, I am back with the Crown Royal 200 winner and another guest, the 20 car of Mike DeWalt, who is our special in-race reporter, has been most of the season. Mike, had a good run here tonight. Very proud of the work I'm sure you've done. When you last checked in with us, you said your car felt funny. Didn't know if that was going to be an issue the rest of the way. You pulled it off for a top 10. How'd you feel?
Well, definitely escaped with better finish than I thought I'd have, P6. So kind of fell our way with the strategy. Was able to go long there and just take a splash at the end to stay and keep my track position there at the end for a top 10. But congratulations to Cody. He had a obviously really incredible way to save fuel there for what 40 laps. I think that's way out of the range of fuel. So I don't know how he did that, but yeah, overall really happy with the stage points and the finish we got. But yeah, it was a struggle all night. I dodged a few wrecks, so it definitely could have been worse. And just lost the handle of the car after stage 2. But yeah, it was a way to really salvage a good points day. And unfortunately, Cody's the one that I'm racing, and he got the win. So exactly.
Yeah, for real, for real. Well, Mike, you know, I've said good luck to you like 50 million times here tonight, but again, you really salvaged. You know, I would consider that a small win for you to come back after you were banging doors with David Chandler. You were able to escape some close calls there. So to turn out 6th, I don't think you can really get too mad about that. But yeah, 2 races left, and it's going to get tight. Anybody you want to thank or give a shout out to?
Just shout out to all the drivers. I mean, we had some incidents tonight, but that's just a product of the race, and it's a difficult track with these cars. But overall, it was a really fun race. Everyone did a good job.
All right. Well, thank you, Mike. I do appreciate your time. I know it's very limited. We got a recruit race here in a few minutes. I'm sure you're going to decide what we're going to do there. So thank you, Mike. And let's get to it. The man who has won his 2nd race, and I would say in about a month. Last win was August, I do believe, 25th at Darlington. Cody Johnson in the 08. Another 8 car that is not Perrin Huggins. Cody, how are you, man? How you feeling after I guess, a crazy finish on fuel mileage?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. We had some strategies there. We practiced a little bit. I ran some practice laps today before the official practice opened up, and I felt good about the final stage. If we could have went green there, I played around with some 2-tire stuff, and felt pretty confident that I was going to be able to take 2 with that. I think it was an extra 15 to 20 laps there that we were going to have to run. I felt like that it was going to be close, but that I could have competed with top 3 on that strategy. And then we got held a lap down when that caution came out. Had to take the lucky dog. Had to start at the rear. So that strategy kind of got through out the window. And then we had a second caution. And then I decided to come down and top off because I was so far back that I knew that I wasn't going to be able to push and get back to the front. I didn't feel like on speed. So I just went for it, and luckily it worked. I ran out. I started sputtering right at the line, so it was close.
That's what she said.
Well, Cody, you really, I mean, you kicked ass coming out, you know, sneaky. Your car, it's a sweet design, but it's white, so it kind of blends in with the rest of the field. And all of a sudden, I see you sneak up the leaderboard as the night goes on, and towards the end, you really pulled out the red carpet for yourself with a great lead and doing the fuel mileage at the end again. Congratulations, dude. You and Mike have made this last couple races, this last run, really awesome. In comparison on how you both race, it's really becoming now just a 3-horse race between you, DeWalt, and Huggins. So again, congratulations. Good luck the rest of the way. 2 races left to crown the champion of the Gears Cup Series. Again, next week is going to be Richmond for the Earnhardt Tribute 200 right here on Casa de la Horse Boat at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. For Cody Johnson, Mike DeWalt, and the rest of the gang here at Gears, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horse Boat. Have a wonderful weekend and stay safe out there. Again, thank you and good night.